because it breaks myself. Oh boy. So as you can see, it's not a good day for going out to the Midway. If need be, we can do the Midway on a weekday while the X is still on, where it's going to be nice and sunny. But welcome to the city of Edmonton. We are here, and it is Saturday, July the 19th. K-Days has started, and we're going to take a long drive around and about and see what's going on in the city. We're staying at Nathan's place, his house up
I'm not finished yet.
And Mom is not yet in her seatbelt. This could be quite a production. Sarah should be getting this. We could win $10,000.
Dad.
They don't do that anymore. I know.
No, that's when one of us is in the middle and it's hard to buckle in.
Anyway, so yeah, so it's we're glad to have you along. I know it takes a while for everybody to get into the chat room, but that's okay. I hope you enjoy this. We're going to take a trip around throughout Edmonton so you get a good look at the city. The city of Edmonton is extremely large in area. And
Right now we're in Calder.
yeah, we're in Calder right now. We're neat. That's one of the older neighborhoods within the city. Calder used to be, of course, a town on its own, just like Jasper Place and some of the other communities. As Edmonton amalgamated back in the early 1900s. I can't remember exactly what year Calder became a part of the city. Jasper Place, I know, was not until about the 1960s. Alberta was still very much a rural province, predominantly right up until the 1970s when oil exploration became oh geez, yes. And what did we forget today? We forget that there's only one thing that happens in Edmonton: 2 seasons.
Some people remember that there's construction here.
Winter and construction.
Yeah, we're in construction season, and lots of it. Well, it was due. I mean, 132nd Avenue was getting pretty rough. So now we're in a neighborhood called Kensington. And it was built up in the 1960s. I forgot that 132nd. That's what we get for living in a small town, is you forget which streets are under construction. But it's usually a safe bet around the city of Edmonton that most streets are under construction. Take 134th Avenue. This is Kensington School. And of course, still these little shopping plazas around in the neighborhoods, but they're for the most part pretty much closed up too, because of the fact that most people do most of their shopping online. So even the convenience stores tend to have a problem of trying to keep their doors open. It's just too easy to point and click and it comes the next day. But we're heading down towards 97th Street, which is going to be the Northgate area. I think what we'll do is we'll do exercising her right to increase her library. So I told her she would shoot the recorded video that I would take her to chapters where she can spend oodles and oodles of money on books.
I'm not going to spend oodles and oodles of money, Dad.
Well, all that she has available.
I don't spend that either. At the bookstore. I try to go in with books in mind.
Just because you add 2 or 3 more to the pile, like, I mean, there's books in mine, and then there's the rest of the pile.
Well, I'm going for a specific book today.
Well, Brian, I hope you're catching some of this out in Peterborough. You know, Brian Hardy, he and I went to Toronto in the same year. He cuts.
Oh no, we've been getting so much rain.
He was never without his film camera.
We've been getting so much rain, it's been humid.
Yeah, it has been really, really wet because of all the heat and humidity we had, Brian. So this goes without saying, is that of course the X is on, so it's gotta rain.
I mean, to be fair, Sylvan Lake is always a little bit more humid than like Castor, but Castor's been really humid. Edmonton's everywhere has been really humid, and Alberta's not usually very humid.
Well, this will take down the fire risks somewhere. We're still suffering.
If they're getting it.
Did you see the
Well, Calgary really got nailed yesterday.
Did you see something about the premier wanting like Jasper to apologize?
Oh, Jasper to apologize. Yes.
It's just like, yeah, sorry that wildfire burned down the community.
It's not so much, it's what she's done afterwards and her slowness to respond to the situation. I think it was a fair assessment on her part. The federal government was very quick to respond. I mean, if you're scaling responses as to how fast a premier went to deal with a wildfire, and especially one of that size, was Rachel Motley in Fort McMurray, and she was on it within a day. I mean, Rachel understood what Danielle should know what wildfires are like too, because she's been in the southern Alberta area for a long time. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Danielle Smith deserves what she gets. She is, I guess the best way to describe Premier Smith is that she was the queen of shock talk radio, and so she was like the Jerry Springer of Alberta radio production. And it doesn't come as much as a surprise as the person that graduated with her in the university was none other than, you guessed it, Nathan, Rebel Media's big boy, Ezra Levant. So, like minds, I guess, congregate and think alike.
Because I didn't.
What are you whispering into my camera?
Nothing.
Sarah said something, I missed that. I'll catch it on the camera, unless you shut it off.
No, it's recording.
I'll get to it eventually. Oh, you can tell Katie's is on the gas prices back up again. What used to be Northern Volkswagen is now a pawn shop. A lot of those in town. With,
Good thing we're under the train. We have to meet at least one of them.
well, those clouds are nice and low, so it's socked right in.
It's supposed to rain all weekend.
Yeah,
100% chance.
It'd be nice if the clouds lifted a bit because, of course, all the tall buildings are not going to see.
And I told you about it.
That's okay. We still want to go.
At least the people in Westerner Days.
Yes.
Which usually Westerner Days I thought takes place a different weekend than Klondike Days, but maybe I guess they take place the same time. Or this year they're for sure taking place the same time.
Well, the Midways travel all the time, right? And I think last year the Midway rides, some of them went to Westerner Days, and some of them went to K Days.
I know my boss went to the musical ride yesterday at Westerner Days.
Well, there is an equine show in...
Like the RCMP musical ride?
Yes, yeah, I got that. There is an equine show over at the exhibition grounds. Like I say, today would be a good day to take a walk through the Midway, but I mean, we wouldn't be able to ride any of the rides. I don't think there'll be many people actually inside the fairgrounds, except for those people going to see what are in the exhibition barns. In Alberta, the biggest of the expositions, of course, is the Calgary Stampede, the greatest outdoor show on earth, with the rodeo and what have you. And so Katie sort of played second fiddle, and then they decided, well, they're going to call it, from Klondike Days, it went to Capital X. I guess the best way to say it, Karen, is it just about went bankrupt. So they went back to Katie's, figuring that that would change things. But the thing is that the participation rate, people used to get dressed up, having a good time. They get dressed up in Klondike attire, and it was a big thing. But people sort of slowly slipped away from that, and I think you can see the same thing with things like the CNE, which is the Canadian National Exhibition in Toronto, and the PNE, which is the Pacific in Vancouver. Attendance has really dropped quite a bit in all of them. I think for the Canadian National Exhibition, the one thing that does save the Canadian National Exhibition, my sister Kathy just lives up here a little ways, one more burnt down building. As I said, we're now going down 118th Avenue. We just passed 95th Street. There's a bit of a market going there. That's probably the Alberta Avenue Farmers Market, I think.
I think it's just a free pancake breakfast.
Okay. Well, that goes on too.
And it looks like it's run by, I think it's probably the Arts Festival that's doing it, because it's right next to the Community Artists Guild.
Okay.
The wig shop.
Air going here.
Yeah, see, Arts on the Ave is what says on the tents. It's the artists.
Yeah.
Well, there goes another one of the religious holy rollers out doing their thing. He's about as loud as the guy in Toronto was on Dundas Square. What, Ethan? That guy was real loud. Mind you, he had a broadcaster too. We don't mind the straight.
Anyway,
The streets have.
This area
every
can be
city,
a
their
really
share of characters.
This area can be a really bad rough and tumble neighborhood.
Well, this always was. You're just south of downtown.
However, we're also pretty close to the stadium, Commonwealth Stadium.
That's just up the road here.
Yeah.
Which is just up the road, so, you know.
But this area has not changed much. Downtown, where most of the homeless used to be, has been pretty much gentrified. And so the people get pressed further south into different areas. So this is certainly one of the more poorer areas in town. There's a lot of homeless people here. The biggest part of the homeless population actually is just south of Rexall Place, the new ice arena. But you have a situation where I think that nobody really knows how to deal effectively with it, and no government is prepared to deal with it. And I think the churches and the food banks and what have you are stretched so far that they're starting to lose pace in it as well. The exhibition grounds is about a block or two away from here, but we're going to be making the turn because we're going to be going up 82nd Street. You can see off in the distance, that's the old Northlands Coliseum. Same thing, exact same building as what the Pacific Coliseum was.
Some of us don't have our cameras pointed out that direction.
Oh, Nathan does. So okay, we're heading up 82nd. Now 82nd is the first foot of Jasper Avenue, because Jasper Avenue dead ends on both ends. It's probably one of the only main streets in Canada, or maybe in North America, that does that. Jasper Avenue turns down 82nd Street on one side and turns down 124th Street on the other. It's not a good day to go to the X, that's for sure. It'll be getting awful wet, and you wouldn't be able to get any video coverage, so it's a nice day for a drive. Enjoy some indoor activities, book shopping and stuff like that.
Go figure. It's setting all week for work.
Oh, but I mean, like last year, for around X time too, this happened, right?
Yep.
The first few days were a lot of rain.
There is an LRT station down this way.
Yeah, that's the LRT line. One of them. That's the oldest one, actually. That's and on this corner is 112th Avenue. And across the road on 112th is the Royal Canadian Legion, and my old shipmate Greg Lasky is the president of the Legion here. And amongst other things he does when he's not playing Santa Claus, you can turn over there, Eddie, because there's Commonwealth Stadium.
Yeah, there's Commonwealth Stadium.
Where the Edmonton Elks, aka the Edmonton Eskimos, play.
They should have got Eclipse.
Yeah, I think they should have just left it the way it was. But there you go. The name change has not served their play very well, let's put it that way. Here we go. So we're about ready to turn up over on river valley. And
Yeah, and down in the river valley, they have things like the Mutart conservatories down there, which is pretty cool.
yeah, I've got an aerial of the Mutart. I haven't taken him inside yet. I think we have to do that too.
The Mutart conservatory they're greenhouses that are shaped as pyramids. And each greenhouse has a different biome, and then they usually have a special one in one of the greenhouses that they change all the time. They've done many different themes. I went when they did Day of the Dead, or I've also went to. They've also done a Middle Earth theme in there, so.
Yeah, I do remember them.
So they've done quite a few themes in the special biome.
Here's a good look at the valley right there. They say I'll get the drone out on a good sunny day and we'll do some drone shots of the valley itself. We'll probably cross the bridge before we head over to Chapters.
You know, the gondola project that's never going to happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, but Fort Edmonton Park is down there. John Jansen Nature Center, and there's a number of really interesting and educational attractions.
Mutart.
Yeah, it's the gondola. Go over the river valley. Okay, that's fine. And then go over downtown. Who wants to see downtown?
I mean, they have really worked hard though on downtown Edmonton. They've tried.
They've tried. They tried really hard.
Edmonton is still very much a black hole. If you look, you see the downtown buildings. You can't see the tops of them today because of the overcastness. But some of the old schools are still standing.
I don't know, just being at the top of one of those buildings. What's the weather like today? Cloud.
Cloud. You can't see below the cloud, yeah. But Brian Hardy, if he's watching this, he'll know what was on this corner. This is the corner of 95th Street and Jasper Avenue. I'll let him mention it in the comments. But it used to be the open all night for coffee, and it was shaped like a coffee cup, to give you a clue. And this was also the hub of the what was the Edmonton Red Light District. And of course this area is predominantly now Chinatown. Polish church. And this, like the Flarion building in Toronto, the Gibson block, it's basically the same design concept as the Flatiron in Toronto. A lot smaller. This is all that's pretty much left of old Edmonton. Edmonton did not.
Look at that pink glass building.
That is Revenue Canada. That's where all your taxes go to. That's Canada Place. But Edmonton did not really protect its heritage buildings very well. I mean, they lost the Strand Theatre. They lost other number of buildings because of the oil boom, and they thought, well, nobody will ever notice.
You can sort of see a spire of MacEwan University down the road.
This is the Hotel McDonald here.
It's MacEwan University, but it's on the other side. You can't see it. It's on the driver's side.
So we're right at the hub of Jasper Avenue.
Well, maybe while we're stopped here,
which is right smack downtown Edmonton.
Maybe you can see it.
Like I say, it of course, the Strand Theatre just used to be down this block. It was one of the last, I guess if you wanted to compare it, you compare it to the Elgin Winter Garden Theatre in Toronto. It was the last of the old vaudeville palaces. And so all they preserved was the curtain, which also had George Burns' signature, Gracie Allen, Charlie Chaplin, anybody who performed there during the vaudeville years. That it's now University of Alberta classrooms, but it was the Hudson's Bay. And those stores look remarkably the same no matter where you go to. They are basically the same conceptual design.
A faculty of extension.
That's the Extension University. But hopefully it won't be raining, because this is where the K-Days parade will be going on from 108th, I believe, to 101st. Like I say, Brian, and I know Brian often feels the same way. We may be away from it, but it's always our hometown. I think both of us were glad that we got away, but both of us are usually pretty glad to come back.
There's
Audrey's books right there.
You can sort of see where those spires are down the way, and you know that's MacEwan University.
Yeah, it's the cloud is hanging very, very low.
But like I can see it. I mean,
But here at 109th Street, if you would have gone down here in the 1960s, 1970s, was the Rat Hole Tunnel. And they filled that, and the railway lands became what is now MacEwan University.
Mm-hmm.
And we're coming up to where the cathedral is. Boy, it did the same thing here last year, Nathan, for the first couple of days of the X's. It decided to pour rain. I think the weather's got it in for Edmonton. It did pretty good for Calgary, though. They like the stampede.
MacEwan University is a pretty big campus.
Yes, it is. It started out as Grant MacEwan Community College. Then they got accredited as a university. And here we come up. This is the General Hospital. Used to be St. Joseph's. It still is partly St. Joseph's. And here we are coming up to the cathedral. And across the street from the cathedral is Teddy's Lunch. That's an iconic sandwich shop in the city. It's been there for years. You can't really see it from here because it's going the other way, but This used to be done Wheaton Chevrolet, where Revolution Cycle is here. It's Edmonton Motors, and it's actually moving out as well. Surprise. If you're wondering why all the construction down here is because this will be part of the westbound LRT construction. That will run all the way out to West Edmonton Mall, and I think it's all the way to Mill Woods, isn't it, Nathan?
Yeah, it's going to be Mill Woods, yeah.
And which is in the far south east end of the city. But like I say, Jasper Avenue here is about to end. And we'll be going down 124th Street, which is actually the street that Nathan lives on. But he's off of 129th. And we're still up at 100, so it's 29 blocks to the south. But we're not going to go that way just quite yet. Nathan and I would walk this if we brought our umbrella rain jacket and I had my waterproof shells for my cameras. We're doing this live on a cell phone camera. Sarah's on the Osmo Action 5, which is a really, really great camera. And, you know, I have my cameras. I have a Canon M Series 2. I have a P2 DJI, the DJI Action 5. I have a GoPro 12, and of course we have the two cell phones, the Samsung, and this is being recorded on the Apple iPhone. The Action 5, what Sarah's doing with the Action 5 is she's actually shooting a stream for Facebook, and although this one we make sure to Facebook Live. Well, instead of Denny's now, it's a Value Buns. Pancakes to pot, not a bad deal, eh?
Well, there's another Denny's that's closer to the university that more people
where
go
we
to.
are now is the Village. Just as Toronto, it's the Gay Village. And we're just making the turn down 124th Street. But it will stretch all the way to 107th. Basically takes up most of the Oliver area. And of course the bathhouse we passed on Jasper Ave. The one thing that can be said around Edmonton is it's very easy to get around. It's built on a grid. So most streets are pretty much straight up and down, except for Millwoods and Castle Bounds, some of the newer areas. But Edmonton just placed it on a grid, numbered streets, so it makes it very easy to get around. Actually where this was the old museum. They're now replacing it in archives. I don't know what was wrong with it in the first place, but there you go.
Now, this was before we started recording, but Nathan mentioned the RAM today. And the RAM is the Royal Alberta Museum. And Nathan, what is the RAM doing right now?
Let's see here. I think they're doing something on the orcas, if I'm thinking correctly. Were they special? I can check online and see what they're doing.
I don't know why you brought it up earlier if you don't know what it's doing. Anyway, Edmonton has quite interesting places for people to go to and learn. Many museums.
Like I said, there's Fort Edmonton Park, which is always and the Midway Conservatory.
There's the TELUS World of Science.
TELUS World of Science, yeah.
You can visit the Alberta Legislature.
Yes, that well, we passed that.
You know, I took
The Alberta Legislature is actually part of the river community.
Yeah.
Community tour.
Orcas Shared Future, May 16th to October 19th.
I took part in the Texas Youth Parliament of Alberta, and I remember still, like, when the speaker caught someone talking out of turn, he made them go behind the bar and then put their face on the ground, and he told them to smell the history. Because the speaker can pretty much do whatever he wants.
Well, he's in control.
Yes, it's the Speaker's house.
It's the Speaker's house.
And I guess that one person
He
really
enforces
peeved.
just like in the House of Commons, he's supposed to enforce the playground.
Really peeved the speaker, so she was told to go down, have her head on the floor, and smell the history.
There's a new building.
Question period where the Speaker actually. You know what? I got a list here, and I'm going to flip it upside down and start from the bottom if people don't stop talking over each other.
I know what's missing. This used to be where Century Place was. Remember that, Eva? And they have that new building here now.
I'm surprised they're doing all this construction.
Well, this is part of the LRT. This is where the choo-choo is going to run through.
I know, but how much construction can they do in the rain?
Well, there's certain things that they can do in the rain. Obviously, there's other things that they can't. There must going to be a big station here, Nathan. Yes?
Yeah, they'll probably put a station here.
For any of those who are interested, Mark Carney grew up in this neighborhood.
He's the Prime Minister
He's a
of Canada.
Rio Terrace boy, yeah. Pierre Poilievre grew up in Calgary.
And Carney grew Alberta boys or Alberta men, but
Well, currently there are 3 Alberta candidates in the current interior leader of the Democrats.
Yeah, Don Davies was from Alberta.
true.
Don and I know each other quite well. Like, I mean, I remember when somebody was talking to Nathan at one of the meetings that the NDP had. The one guy was asking, he says, well, you've been around a while. And this is, well, Don showed up to say hi to me, and this is as long as this guy, because we've known each other since school. And but now we're on Stony Plain Road, and of course
Dollarama.
what's the most common shop around nowadays is Dollarama. First time ever. I know that when I was in Toronto and I was walking with the Ken Continuum, and all of a sudden, boom, I found the dueling Dollaramas along Yonge Street, just north of Eglinton, that are up where Johnny Strides is. But this, in the next couple of years, there'll be a LRT train that runs, and then hopefully they'll get on to the north side, up to where Nathan lives, because that is the next extension, is to bring things down to Castle Downs. We're coming back to where the old Klondiker Hotel is, and that's the Jasper Place Hotel. That used to be the big hangout for all the bikers. And it's no longer the Howard Johnson's. Now it's the Bedford Inn and Suites. This is the Saxony Hotel. I know. Oh, that's deep. I'm sorry, I didn't see a big puddle. The Saxony Hotel's just to our right. I know that Brian will recognize that one right away. Now we're in a neighborhood called Jasper Place, where the high school is actually there as well. Probably going to take a drive by. That's where Mom taught for years and years. It was at JP Comp. It'll be nice once they get this all fixed up and the train running, for sure. The train, of course, goes down 156th Street down by Meadowlark, and then will run by Meadowlark Mall to West Edmonton Mall, and then turn back around and head back the other way. Right at this corner here, these lights that we're coming up to is the cemetery where my grandmother and my grandfather and 2 of my uncles are buried. And we're going down 163rd. This is 163rd Street in Edmonton. We'll be heading down towards JP Comp. Other places like that. The 2 schools that I went to down here are no longer exist. One was West Lawn Junior High School, was torn down, and the other one was Afton Elementary, and it has also been torn down. And they built 2 different schools to accommodate different grade levels. So I guess people like Lindsay Jones, David Hibbs, myself, kind of broke the mold. You couldn't do it where this is our house that we lived here in Jasper Place, which is right up the street here. ice cream shop. I don't know if they're still open or not, called Pa Peterson's in this plaza. And there's, of course, a Safeway store right there at one point in time. But if you come around this corner, and Lindsay Jones and her sister Leslie, and the Blooms, the Plattons, they all live just across the way here. But the first Annunciation Church is on the corner, and then Catholic Church, and then there's St. Francis Xavier School, and then there'll be Johnny Bright Stadium, and named after a football player, the Jasper Place swimming pool, and then Jasper Place Composite High School. Of course, my mom taught at Jasper Place for probably 10-15 years. She had a long time there anyway. There's all the recreation places right there. Actually, St. Francis Xavier has the big indoor gymnasium as well. And here's Jasper Place Composite High School. A lot of the people on our Facebook page come from there and were educated there. I like to think that they benefited from a great education. There's six wings.
Both of the kids have their phones on the other side, so they didn't even...
No, Nathan got a shot of
I
it.
got a shot at it.
You did?
Yeah.
Because he's doing a little
No,
bit of
you
following.
didn't. It was on that side of the street. It was on this side of the street.
Panoramic ever have it?
Yeah, it doesn't bend. And it won't bend with you. That's a great thing about that gimbal, is it will turn and pan around. Looks like the clouds are starting to loosen up a bit.
Yeah.
And that'll be good. So how are we going to get to the parade tomorrow? Are we just going to take the bus, grab our seats, and take the bus, or what?
I mean, that would be the best option. Is just to take the bus over.
And here we are.
Another construction.
Well, that's where the LRT is going to run. You can see the train. That's the train overpass.
There's the ramp.
There's the ramp, and the station is actually up above.
They actually had a bit of they had to actually stop, tear it down, and do it all again because there was problems with the struts.
Yeah, the strut, they were not up to specifications, so they were crumbling before they even put it up. On both sides on the Millwood side.
I do like the tidal wave motif on the side here.
Yeah. But this is where the end of the line for the new LRT is going to be. The next thing you'll see after the Misericordia Hospital is, in fact, West Edmonton Mall. And it's probably one of the reasons why I really don't like going down here, is because the traffic is a nightmare.
Then why did you come down?
Because it's worthwhile people seeing, right? Did they give a scheduled completion date now?
No, they haven't got an official date out yet, as far as I'm aware.
Well,
Although they might have put one up.
They got to do a lot of track testing and stuff like that too. But they haven't even finished the track beds downtown. So.
I mean, can you take a dog on the bus?
Oh, I never thought about that. Well, if it's raining stormy, you won't want to go.
Well, then somebody has to stay with Stormy.
friend the cat's there.
I'll stay with Stormy tomorrow.
You have to go to the parade?
No, somebody should stay with Stormy. It'll give me some chance to relax and maybe read more of my book. That I want to get done because Nathan wants to do a buddy read of a different book. So I need to finish the one I'm currently
Well, that was
reading.
well done, Mr. Taxi Cab Driver. I'm to your right. I had the right of way.
Oh, don't worry, Dad. If you would have smudged him, it would have been his fault, not yours.
I don't want to smudge him, that's the thing.
But if you accidentally smudged him.
He's going to take the drive through the Esso station. He's going to take the way around. This is where it is because of all this construction.
Is that or he needs to gas up?
He's an electric.
Is it? Yeah, that's the electric vehicle.
He's got an electric vehicle. Or a
Either
hybrid,
that or
at
he's
least.
waiting for someone to pick up. Either that or the person's just like, just
They're
let
gonna
me out
They're
here.
going to drop him off, yeah. Let me off here, for God's sake. Yeah. They haven't really got the timing on these two lights actually down very good either, because that light is still red along 170th there.
When lights are broken, no one knows what to
Okay,
do.
careful there. Going through a puddle.
Oh, it's a deep one too.
Yeah.
There's EMS.
But I don't know if you're still there or not, Brian, but this used to be the Misericordia, sort of over in the far right corner of Meadowlark Village. It's quite changed so dramatically. I mean, it will be nice when it's done.